Hi everyone, Andragon with you, and today we are having huge news about the game. So first of all, the restructuring. What I want to highlight here is actually the idea of giving you rewards is significantly changed. So first of all, mystic cards will now be higher and worse. Also, second part says rank 7 and higher will get rewards, and rank 1 to 6 will not get rewards for your daily gains, which means they're trying to fight the farmers. Actually, I can play like a farmer, but I do it at rank 7 to 9 usually, and probably they are fighting bots. So mostly they are fighting bots which don't play at low ranks, but which just gain some passive income for their owners. And also that means the funding will spread into less players and each player will gain more. So that's my assumption, and I think that that's exactly what is going to happen. So the funding will be spread among smaller amount of players, and each player will get more rewards. But at the same time, those rewards will now be harder to obtain for low ranks because the third part which was modified is actually rank modifiers became slightly crazy. So for rank 7 and 8, you can see the modifier was doubled and almost same about 8s and 9s, which means I'm just at rank 8 now. I'll try to climb to rank 9, and there it's painful, it's hard for me for now, but I can theoretically reach rank 10 and try to play there. I was there, I played there, but it's not super exciting for me. And well, actually, looks like rank 10 is the best position in hard part and in rewards. And yes, so now ranking will be very effective. Also the factory. So they introduced the factory, which will help you to just handle the flow of all assets. So that part will help you to check what you are going to buy, what you get for that, and you can check their guide, how it works. So I really recommend you to check the part of the game which explains all that. And finally, what we are going to do today is here. So Flashback Divine Order and Formats Premiere. Well, we have sets which are played and they limit what we are able to play. But on the other side, that also means that actually we are able to get more rewards. So people who will stick to these restrictions will get modifier 1.5 to their just daily point income. So that means if you are able to collect a deck which is powerful enough to smash opponents and rare enough to earn you some money, that can result in a huge advantage. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. So now let's just proceed to my current work about that all, and I'll switch into the game mode now. Okay, so now let's check the screen, and that's the mode. So Flashback Divine Order requires you to play only some sets, which means, as you can see, most of my decks are now banned because they use modern cards from last expansions, and I can't play them. But at the same time, I collect. I hope it works. So my idea of creating this deck was pretty simple. I just checked which golden and diamond cards I have, so like this. And from those cards, I picked something that can be played. So for sure, I'm going to rework this deck, but for now, let it be like this. So actually, I'm trying to earn some tokens. That means I need highest possible quality for my deck. And at the same time, I hope that Olympian core will be good enough to hold and Probably I don't need double martyr. Instead, I'll play something else. For example, generous 8. So I'll heal my units kind of infinite. Okay, so that's the deck, and let's try to play it at least once. So I'm not sure how exactly it works, but as you can see, this 1.5 is very attractive. So let's hope that's good enough to compensate for lack of diamond cards. Here I play around 13 diamond and 17 golden if I calculate it correctly, or something like that. So compared to my main farming deck, it's not as great. But at the same time, I hope that it will be powerful enough for rank 8. And one more important thing, that actually you can't drop below rank 7. So while you play this mod, you can't drop below rank 7, which means you still get some income. If you win, of course, right? So if you lose, nothing happens. And they say that ranks are similar. So ranks at casual mode are similar to ranks at this mode. The problem, well, new players will probably not be able to earn much here, and that means we will fight against veterans who get like old style decks with many cards. It really reminds me Hearthstone. So there I was a long time player with kind of many cards, and that resulted into playing wild, where I could use everything. Here we have slightly different situations. So here I'm going to just stick to cards which I have from previous expansions, and hope that works. Hope that works. So for most players, I still think that it's kind of easier to play casual. I mean, ranked or casual, where you can play everything. But at the same time, for people who own collections, allowing them to play here, that can be very beneficial. So that's my current impression, and I hope that I'm right. So for sure, I will not do anything while having one attack. That's why I will go and get two attack. Fortunately, my opponent was concentrated on face and allowed me to do it, right? So I didn't trade, but I got better trade option now. And about those paladins, well, they are very effective at early game when you need to hold, drag some attention. Compared to gates, well, gates are better in survival for sure, but paladins also can attack and transfer their armor. So while you have somebody on board which can get those armor, that can be good enough to hold. And that's an example. So my opponent is forced either to buff his units or to trade 2 in 1 and get my unit 1 armor, which results into much better situation for me. So I think that my opponent is slightly confused because well, not many players play like this, but still he has an option what to do. So he decides to trade, that's great. Well, then we go for another paladin. Double paladin means for sure they will swap armor to each other, right? I also encounter some lags. I really hope that my computer will not be overheated or something like that. So here I will show just one fight, and after that, I'll just switch to streaming mode slightly later today, maybe, or keep that on YouTube channel as I plan for now. The buff, okay, not so good for me, but I can live with that, right? So you debuffed me, I'll buff myself. And I think at this point I can afford playing Martyr as well to make this board better in survival. If he plays something big, then we have Imperious Smite to counter that. And if not, then probably we can trade. I still think that's an Olympian deck because we have many Olympians here. But at the same time, I added some control cards and also a huge Hydra, which will be my kind of win condition in case game goes to 9th mana. Oh, wow. I have a card which removes that weapon, but it's not here yet. It's not here yet. Okay, so instead I'll just keep buffing my units, make Martyr fight as well. I really hope he doesn't have all the board cleaners possible. And look, so we also have other cards here. Unlike previously, we have Shield Maiden, so cards here changed as well. I can even play Enraged Ally in case he gives me some trade options here. Okay, so let's keep moving. It looks like an aggro deck. Aggro with buffs, but I'm not sure still. Yeah, so there are some cards. I played this card in the past. It's pretty powerful, right? But at the same time, I can remove it now with Imperious Smite and keep pushing his face. So my deck isn't typical because it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid of control together with pressure. And what we have here, look at that. So that's another card. Gain favor, deal damage, heal your god. Wow. I think that I need to take it because in case I don't have enough damage, we will get it here. And I don't want enemy to get this and heal, right? And also, yeah, so those extra cards were changed as well according to expansions mentioned. And now we need to think carefully which options we have and what we need. Wow, look at that. So I don't have anything to remove this, and even if I play Martyr now, then my units will die anyway. But I can get more profit from that if I use Enraged Ally. So we go with Enraged Ally, then I guess we go with this, and I want to deal to damage. I want to deal to damage here. Reset needs 6, so the best option to go 6 is double Paladin, I guess. Double Paladin just to reduce the amount of hits and reduce the amount of favor he gains for that. Okay, so now we buff our little unit. I really hope he doesn't have big buffs. Okay, and to finish this, we can go with Shield Maiden. So as you can see, my deck isn't only aggro, it has also some good control cards for board. And yeah, so looks like we won this game. GG. So that's how we can play the mod. Let's check my reward. So kind of, is it worth being played? I think that it is. So even with less amount, we're able to earn more fragments. Okay. So ranking moves with this format, as I told you. And what? Hold up. Really? I just earned 23 fragments for the first game? Why? Well, I just don't understand that. Only 23. Look at that. So compared to previous games, that's just nothing. I assume they changed the entire system of tokens and bringing those tokens to people. But as you can see from my other examples, I used to earn around 200 for every victory. And now instead of 200, I earn like 23. So that's pretty strange. That's pretty strange. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. I really hope that, well, my impression was useful for you. I'm not sure if new format is much better than previous one, but if you can participate, then why not? Okay, so thank you for watching.